Deep in the heart of Glen Creran lies a mystery beyond imagination. As legends go, there is little known about its origin, thought to be from medieval times. No one knows who really built it, but folklore tells of fairies. Fairies who prefer to avoid humans if possible, choosing to dwell on remote hills, mountains and near water pools instead. So with the utmost respect, Willie and I went on an adventure to find the fairy bridge of Glen Creran.
Well, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this morning me and Willie left early because we're coming up to a very mystical location that has a mysterious fairy bridge. However, it's reputed that it's really difficult to find. So we left under the sun, and now it's started to rain quite heavy, so we've got all our waterproof layers on. So join us this morning and let's see where this journey takes us. Well, thankfully, just over an hour, we finally found the fairy bridge. It's been a fair old hike. We couldn't find the alternative road, so what we had to do was follow the normal path. The actual wooden bridge is shut down, so we had to follow the river further down, find an area that we could walk across and then walk back up to the trail. So we're absolutely bushed, so we're just going to take our time, have a look around the area and see what compositions we can get in this special mysterious bridge. Well, we finally made it, and I'm absolutely soaking. We've been through heavy showers. Luckily we've got midges spray on because the midges are out, but that's not going to defeat us today. We're going to persevere. However, if only through the photography and the vlog you could smell what we smell, because all around us is wild garlic. So all these wee white flowers. So it's a very rich smell experience that we've got just now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in on the falls that are coming down under the bridge, because there's a set of 3 falls that go up, and I've got the side of the bridge in my composition. I've got 1/4 of a second f8 and I'm up at ISO 250 because it's actually quite dark in here. So what I'll do is I'll take that shot. I've got my 2-second timer on, and the reason I've taken the shot this way is I wanted the top waterfall to be at the top left hand side of my screen, and I want it to flow down into the bottom right. Now we can't see the bridge, but we can see the top of the bridge and have it flowing under the bridge. So that is a nice composition. What I'll do now is I'm going to take a shot of the lower waterfall, which is in a kind of basin at the foot of the falls, And as I'm looking around, because the wild garlic, and there's a mixture of bluebells as well, which is fantastic, they're really prevalent. So what I might do is a low level shot, focus in on the garlic, and then get the waterfall in a different composition. And what we might do is reduce the f-stop so we get the garlic in focus or a bluebell in focus and blow out the background. So we'll give all that a try. And as I'm talking, there's a tree, a fallen tree here, and it's got a fern sticking out of it. So that could be quite a nice leading line from a shot from here up past the garlic into that fern. But I'm going to slow down because I've got myself all excited because this is an amazing location. There's so much to see, so much to photograph, and I'll just take my time. So next shot I'll do the photo stack, and then we'll see if we can move around and get a different composition with the falls. Right, so I've taken that shot of the log. Now what I've seen is there's a little kind of garlic plant sticking up over the rock, and it's got the waterfall in the background. But I've actually got the garlic in front of me kind of framing it, and I've got some ferns sticking out for the left hand side, which again is adding to the frame. So I've reduced my ISO to 160, I'm at f8 and I'm at 1/4 of a second. I've focused in on the garlic. So, just a tip, you hear us and you watch videos where everybody talks about separation. So when I first composed that image, I had the garlic in front of the waterfalls. But when you take the image, the white of the garlic flower then becomes hard to see because of the white of the waterfall. So what I've done is I've just moved the camera to the left just a bit so that I've got the dark mosses beside the waterfall to the right, and then that garlic plant then stands out and becomes more vibrant because it's got a darker background. So when you hear us talking about separation, that's just one example of how using separation helps enhance the photograph. Now this image here could be a really nice square crop. So what I'll do is I've got a kind of portrait shot here, but in post-processing, what I'll do is I'll change that to a square crop, and I'll share that square crop with you because that could be a really nice image as well. Alright, so I've got a composition here straight in front of me where I've got the bridge, the path going over the bridge, but equally over on the right hand side I've also got the trees that we passed walking in, plus the bluebells. It's quite a wide composition, but what I'm going to start to do is start with a wide composition and then zoom in slowly and look for areas of interest while I'm here. Because what's happening at the moment is I'm working, it's just the way it happens. So when me and Willie arrived, Willie went straight down the river and he's working his way up the river. I just happened to stay up here, so I'm taking shots up here as much as I possibly can, but also being conscious I'm not in Willie's way. So let's maximise the time we've got here. So first of all I'm going to focus into the centre of the bridge. I've turned my polariser around so it takes the glare off the rocks in front of me. The sky's got no cloud, well sorry, the sky's full of cloud, but there's no detail. So I'm going to take that shot I've had to increase my ISO because it is quite dark, so I'm now at ISO 200. I'm at f8 in a quarter of a second. So what I'm going to try and do now is zoom in just a bit, and every time I zoom in, I'm just making sure I've got the bridge in focus and within my composition. So I'm just going to double check my focus. I'll take that shot, and that's nice, and then I'm going to zoom in again. So I'm zooming in and I'm turning my camera because I've got a little rock on the bottom right hand side of my image, which is actually, oh sorry, I got a whiff of garlic there, which is actually a nice leading line across the bridge. But because I've changed my focal length, I have to adjust my focus again. There, take that shot, and then we've got a nice image. Right, so there's a nice image over in the distance where the tree that we passed is being framed by the bridge and the garlic in front of me. So what I will do is zoom in on the tree because I want the tree in detail and the bluebells. There. I'm just going to check my polarizers in the right position. I want to take the glare off the paths, and I'm just going to do another shot, same settings, same composition, and I'll probably end up doing a vertical panoramic shot, and I'll stitch those two images together so I've got the height. Right, so I've spotted a couple of other compositions where I could go lower to shoot further up the waterfall, so I'll move my way up and I'll just keep my eye on where Willie is so I'm not in his road. Alright, so the rain's coming back on again, so it's now going to be a matter of speed for some of these shots. Right, so the composition I've got here is the full waterfall in focus. I've focused into the centre of the waterfall, and now what I'll do is I'll focus in to the bottom of the falls, and then that way I give myself a kind of second shot that I can use as a photo. That way I can give myself a shot as a photo stack that allows me to either have a focus shot at the beginning or a focus shot in the centre, and that's actually really nice. So I'm just wondering, I'm just trying to see where Willie is. What I might do is come a little bit further back and see if there's an image further back where I've got the falls more in focus, and oh, that's nice. Well, that's really nice. So I've got a really nice composition here because the garlic plants, I'm going to have to do I'm definitely going to have to do a right, so I'm definitely going to have to do a focus stack here. So what I'll do is I'll take the shot. I'm going to take 4 shots. I'm going to take a shot of the foreground here with the garlic in it and the rock. I'm going to take a shot of the ferns sticking out of the rock here beside the waterfall. I'll take a shot of the trees in the centre of the image, and then I'll take a shot of the falls at the top of the image. So hopefully with those 4 images I'll get a nice sharp image from back to front, and I'll show that image with you now. Alright, so it's pouring now. I'm just going to put this other hood up, if I can find it. Oh, it's up. Right, so I'm just going to cover this just now. What I want to do is get a side view of the bridge, and let's see how that works. I think I might have misted up the lens, so I'm just going to zoom in on the bridge. I'm going to take a shot and just see where that goes. Right, so I'll leave that for now, because the rain's getting the better of us. Alright, so let's try again. So I'm putting this on here just to keep the drips for the tree off the camera. And right, let's compose our shot. So what have we got? We've got the bridge, and we've got the waterfall coming through the bridge and it coming down here. So what I want to do is adjust my polarizer so that I've got enough of the glare off the bottom of the falls. So it's still too overexposed, so I'm going to drop my ISO down to 100, and it's still a wee bit overexposed. So I'm now, my exposure meter showing I'm at 1 stop underexposed. So I've got a choice. I either increase the ISO, increase the f-stop or the aperture, or I slow down the shutter speed. So what I'll do is I'll take a shot, and that's nice, but if I go back to my 1/4 of a second f8 ISO 100, that gives me a great exposure compensation, and it means I'm bang on. However, I've got lots of highlights in the water because I'm really close to the base of the waterfall, and I can't go any further back because there's another waterfall behind me. So what I've done is I've done an underexposed shot, and then what I can do is I can use that image to soften the water. So what I'll do now is I'll just flip the camera over onto portrait and see if I've got quite a nice panoramic shot here, because I only brought 2 lenses with me, and the reason I only brought 2 lenses was because of weight. So I've got the 24-70 and I've got a 70-200, so I don't have a wide angle lens. So what I'll do is I'll keep the focal point as it is, me in the centre of the image, just double check. I'll take that shot, and now the rain's starting again, so I'll do another image, and then I'll do a third image. So what I'm also going to do now is I'm going to go back, and what I'll do is take a shot, and then I'm going to do a multiple exposure with 3 or 4 different stops, and then that'll give me a range, so when I go home I can either do a HDR merge panoramic, or I can just select the images that I want. Alright, so I've got the camera, I've increased the height of the camera with the neck. I'm just zooming in so I can see the image. Right, so I'm just going to focus in on the bridge. Actually I won't, I'm going to focus in on the ferns beside the bridge. My composition's quite bright, so I'm getting highlight clippings at the base of the image. Let me just adjust the polarizer there. Right, so if I increase that to a 1/6 of a second, ISO 200, f8, and I've got a wee clipping at the bottom. I'm just going to drop the ISO to 160, and perfect. Zoom in now, and what I want to try and do is get the top of the water. So the composition is, I've got the top of this waterfall at the very base of my image. I've got the bridge in the top 3/4, and I've got the waterfall at the back of the bridge coming in. So I need to check my focus. Yep, I'll need to adjust my focus and get it sharp. So what I might do here is, as F8 and it's a nice shot, I'm going to do a quick focus stack, and I'm going to take 3 shots. I'm going to take a shot of the boulders in front of me, a shot of the bridge, and then I'm going to take a shot of the waterfall at the back of the bridge. So I'll put my hand in front, and then what I'll do is I'll share that image with you now. So for this shot, I'll need to zoom in on the tree. The reason I'm zooming in on the tree is the mosses and the ferns in the tree are amazing. They're absolutely amazing. And that's absolutely stunning. So that's a really nice shot. And I need to go and get the midgie spray because, I think because it's been raining and it's very moist, the midges are killing us. Right, I'm going to move on and we'll see if we can get other compositions. So come down to the bottom of the falls. I've still got the bridge in my composition, and what I'm trying to do is adjust the polarizer so that I've got all the glare off the water here. However, because the water is so close, quite difficult. Right, I thought my polarizer had got all misty there, but it's not. I changed my settings. So what I'm doing is I'm adjusting my ISO to 640. Oh wow, that's stunning. I'm just one stop underexposed. Oh, that's beautiful. I've got a 1/6 of a second, and the sun's come out. So the sun's hitting and lighting up. Right, I'm going to have to reduce my ISO because the sun's out. So I've dropped the ISO to ISO 400. And you know what? I think the sun's away again. And the midges are back. Right, so I've got a really nice shot here. What I might do is a quick exposure compensation just to make sure I've got all the shadows that I need and the highlight. Because I've got a one-stop underexposed image at the moment, which is fine because it'll help I can bring up the shadows. But I just want to make sure. Right, I'm just going to check my lens. So I've got some spots of rain. And the reason I thought there was something not right was it looked quite misty inside when I took my shot, and I'm trying to hurry up because it's got a wee bit sunny. Well, the sun's brightening through the clouds, and I'm trying to get this polarizer demisted. Right, so let's try again while the sun's there. I'll need to adjust the polarizer again. There, I'll take that shot. Oh wow, that is an absolute cracker. Right, so I'm going to set the camera up to portrait mode, and I'll just lift the camera up, centre the falls. I'm going to focus into the centre of the image. I'll take the shot and we'll see. Right, so that's really nice, but I want to darken. Oh, I've lost the sun on the bridge. Oh wow, wow, the water effects are amazing. Right, so I'm going to do a quick exposure compensation just to see if I can get any light on that bridge in post-processing. But this is the way that water's spraying off that rock, and the way the water's coming round and hitting the rocks at the sides, it's giving it a really nice fan effect. And oh, we've got some crackers. Right, so that's really, really nice. Focus stack, and I'll make sure I've got the foreground, the centre and the background of the image in focus, just to make sure. So what I'll do is I'll do that focus stack just now, and I'll save you all the wasted time while I'm doing it, and I'll show you that image now. Alright, so Willie has just shared a composition with me where if we turn the camera around and low, we'll get a really nice leading line into the bridge. I'll get some of the wild garlic, which I think I'm wearing, in the image. I'm just going to adjust my polarizer. Oh jeez, that garlic fairly goes up your nose, eh, when you're this low. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus in on the bridge first. I've got f16, a sixth of a second, ISO 500 because it's quite dark, and that's quite nice because it's framed with the two trees, it's framed with the tree canopy coming down, and we've got the wild garlic and the bluebells in the foreground. So what I'll do is I'll do a focus stack image, because what I want to do, and we've just put new midges spray on, but the midges are still around. So I'm going to focus stack from the wild garlic in front of me, and I'll probably take about 4 or 5 shots, and then what I'll do is when I finish that focus stack, I'll share that image with you now. Alright, so I've taken a couple of shots of the bridge for this angle, but the weather, the rain's getting heavier and heavier, and it's playing absolute havoc with the lenses, so we're probably going to make this our last shot, and then we're going to head down to the van, because we've been out for, well, we've probably been here, not here, but we've been out about 8 hours. And we've been in this location for over 4.5. The time's just flew by. It's been absolutely amazing, and it's stunning, and there's still left for us to do and take photos. So if we come back, which we will, there's a lot more for us to take photos of. So let me get this finished. I'll take this image, and what I wanted to do was to get the path that was going right over the bridge. I'm going to focus into the centre of the bridge. Just double check, drop my ISO to 320, f14, and I really hope that the colours come out because the colours are really vibrant and poppy. But what I might do is just move over here and just get another composition with a different leading line over the bridge. I'll take that shot, just double checking I'm in focus. I'll hold my tripod. Right, so I'm just going to take one more shot at portrait. Turn the camera around because we are definitely getting beat by the rain here, and I won't need to refocus because it's the same distance. Brilliant. Right, so Willie and I are going to head back down. We're going to get our well-earned bacon roll at the van and a coffee because we've had nothing since we've been here. So here's hoping we can make a video out of this. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because you know it's free. And if you press the bell notification, that'll let you know the next time I post a video. So thanks very much for watching, and here's to the next video.